NHL, the Capitals will be drafting, have 5 picks on Fridays, and in Friday's NHL draft. And Neil, I'll start with you. What are their most pressing concerns going into Friday?
They need a forward. Their defense is solid now, right? They made some offseason acquisitions. They have some prospects in the pipeline. But the forward core, especially in Hershey and below, is pretty thin. So they can use a defensive-minded center. I think that they have enough flash in the top 6 right now to carry them for a little bit. But I like to see him get a defensive-minded forward, someone that could anchor the center position for the next couple of years. Because Nicholas Backstrom's getting older, right? Yeah. Vedny Kuznetsov is probably going to be a good second-line center, but you can always use center-line depth in the NHL.
Well, Chelsea, what do you think the Capitals need to be addressing this week as they get ready for the draft?
Yeah, I think they obviously have kind of said that the top 6 forward thing was something they looked at even as long ago as the trade deadline, right? Was something they thought about. And I don't know, they've had good luck with these picks, but this might be a good chance for them to go get that guy in a way that you couldn't, if you didn't have the first-round pick or whatever. So I don't know. I think that's kind of the need, and I'll be interested to see how they go about it because the trade thing is an option, and with that pick, you could probably get some decent return.
Well, Dan, we know that the Caps have traded a few picks. They're part of the Glenn Cross deal. They lost a couple picks there, so they're down to 5. But what do you see them addressing in the draft?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see them trade out of there. Yeah. We saw them trade, obviously, with the Brouwer deal a couple of years ago. It just seems to me like I mean, I don't know whether that worked out or not. I guess I don't know what the verdict would be. Probably, but they haven't gone to where they ultimately want to get to, and it seems like now they have this kind of second young core developing behind the original Young Guns core, and you want to kind of keep the momentum with that. And I don't think that trading the pick away to get a piece that's going to help you marginally or whatever over the next couple of years, I would rather see them draft. And am I an NHL draft expert? No, I'm not. But we have seen for years upon years upon years the top 6 forwards. There's been some holes there, especially at the center position. So I'm going to trust Neil on that one.
Well, Neil, if this is the Caps, presume, are a team that wants to win now, not trying to build necessarily for the future, is it worth speculating whether they should trade these picks or try to get someone that can help them now, or is there anyone out there that can help them right now to get to the next level?
I mean, there's been talk that maybe Patrick Sharp's available, but if you're going to give away that first-round pick, you don't want to give any other assets with that, and that's probably what it's going to cost to get a top 6 player in this particular draft. Because there's a lot of, after you have the first 2 picks in Eichel and McDavid, there's not a whole lot of interest in everyone else that's there. So there's going to be some availability in terms of trading picks and getting the trade market up and going. But I thought the Brouwer trade worked out. I mean, it got him a legitimate top 6 that was able to contribute right away. And if they can trade that pick again, then it might be worth it. Depends on who it is.
And Brian McClellan, based on his first round of picks, obviously so far has done a pretty good job, I'd say. Would you, given the young guys like Burakovsky and
yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of those guys were taken sort of in similar positions where they're drafting this year at the end of the first round. But Burakovsky, Kuznetsov, Johansson a couple years ago, and even John Carlson was a late first round pick.
Yeah, 27th.